MTN say omomo app no download na ne download wie waboa no wie no fa ye momo no akọ utiri yie ohamu chichemu wo ha se de tie bia bonus aja se we no akwakoye se de de esi wo akire ubenya no kwa aboa wo data nso na apese uyi free so eno a eboa pa MTN everywhere you go Brazil High Technical School eno ayento aso suku a eye kire wo nsa no adwuma ne yesa kire wo de di wura mu ama wo sua na dabi wo de aba wo bra One courses some year no be agric science, business, general arts, general science, home economics, visual arts. Technical no so ya bia mu di amount. Of first nyina ye kire bi wo we said we be stuffing chest. Fe we wie no na nsa no ebo papa apono ene mpontre ne mpoma nyina ye kire wo. Abra kro no obi so ho pese osua ahyan said ye seye esiesie no. Ye kire na be wiase no ubetwa suapon bi apese okọ no. Na okọ ho ntifo ne kire achim kokora ntumi. Empani wo ho a ye twen wo. Kotwe kora din ye boarding discipline eye adwuma. Franco Trade Enterprise se memfanto anim se wohia phones ne ho aka de se de oni mfiri tete no saa na wote won sesa da ne bo no wo fam eno so na papa wutu akoto ana se woto de akodi udwuma ne nyina bo pe CCTV camera wonom de bebre aba enai ya makwabra ne ntra so wo we ye obeda camera de esiso bechiri bibia to de amount na nipa bonfo bi bampotem ho a wa de wani ekosua ehunu smart TV 32.5 inches air conditioner de fo enso ho 40% discount de atoso bomodin akoma tran bia no kwa obenya bi ma remfi say syntax tank sabre nsu ho ayedin open tank papa no na abeto na aton so a ahodene pa ekuta bi esan say e strong e tough ana ya kata so mienu sa so double layer e bo ho a na chese o de asi ho ana emu no so dini ye ntino emu so fita aboa bia ntimi ntinam mesra oba bia obahu se yeton syntax tank no ho na kokoto bie na emwa high sense or see everyday prices for everyday people afcon no cost South Africa and Nigeria make us say fedi kan obi anhye bi wonom gina mu din na abehwa na yo fire akono a high sense TV no afcon nti o matebo no so kan ho na kokoto bi na fa hwa bi enwie ye gina mu kwasi ada na ye bewie nti unya na kama sa na o hwa ya na efe pa Kingdom garlic bitters, Kingdom garlic capsules. A draw back na so topa ni nsuo ti de opa bia timi yi. Eboa pa ma immune system ne den. Ahode ne abekoti ayade no na make hye ne kubu. Sanso na mojabro so hawo. Afe osikyire yade etetewo. Wa kase apese osotia. Nunum na anum eno na ye ho adwuma. New Kingdom ginseng power capsules. Eye mema no nko adia. Eno ye mema de bema bia so obetimi agina na so no adi dwuma ye dia New Kingdom ginseng power capsules na mani nkomu wawie odwuma ye asi odedenden wo mremre mu ache tremendous capsules so twa jahare no yopo enka bia ho na yi odepu ani na beko ama ho to Kingdom Herbal Center Okashi Drug Lane sam yamienu obeko na aduro ni bi wo san mako na kutie mu na kase yete ebrem afi anye bre kase ni mu ngrem
ye sha ase de ni kyeremu ewa buri ene ne mpotemu na onim so wo mai mu school ba ko a agidi pa eye Buri Girls Senior High School arawo sam a esi ye ne sa baba wo ba ko bi wo ye friend stay so chere no Senior High School form 1 a chesa afa kura no kwaje ntitwe de mu ode no watia ba panyipa ye tria ye se baba ye tina nan mo ose do ne atia bisane agro wo posa nunu ma na atene kankan tie baba pinpanfo ne akwa kutim de koso ene na baba wa ne nua ye friend se no rade abeto Adom Kasiebo anim so mu wa na baba wa ne friend se ne yam se de yam si ye no se de yam si sanfno no e ha adwene na wokoka champion na panyifo so won frefie no mo mefa no ene won so na se we de nka po ayi ya friend se resabia won potemu a ko betimi de nakọ bo mo ko yonkoduro na chesa baba wa no wo kwa na sa eno ene abusuafo ni abre se krodom som do mo de ba ne bai ede ne beja chechefo etinka bibia nkra ni anka awofo ni nyameduru ho no nka ja potogum hwegum ni nyina kwase kro na mu na ekọ ka wo se school ni panyifo etimi ede akra no kwa resabia ansa kra na kire wo mbabo awofo amane o maba awofo amane na we de wo mu sa wo mani yase akra no kra ka so wo kofiom zo da bi wo timi kofie se nom ne ade ene yansam a ya titi o ene se fofia anto ata no ato aba mo sa mbra me ka se akra iti na nanu mo se do eno nam so mo panyiri bia wo bempa ye wo mbra mo lawyer yawo ana che from pon woni Adom Kasiebo atwetwe komo no so ababa wa na busuafo no so mo pema nso pa wom sa ababa wa no wo de kokoto na se yebo school ne ka kora nya de obetumi aba bio de esanse enkwate se kosu ehwe wo se podwa wo se sa enyeye wo ya nhwe enyeye ayesasi kira ato abosiem no enya de abetumi ane hwe ama na yeye de na so so mka so mo de kokoto wo betumi akokoto edi asema di pem wo de enche se mo kai
akola bia onru 18 years no ne interest emrase anu ne hia o minor neso hia wo bia a chain bibia mekai say awofo bi a yetu wo mu afifie bi mu a wo mu difa court say yentu wo enam se no wo ba small girl and no school area where you purchase or barbetron exams and nti court to share at the time be the to suma or tron so here be near and sana awofo no anyone bay a2 efiri ho enti se omo the court and near bob one say they are some bema a doctor for no be autopsy no one would time kra akwala no yare ye be say hu adanse ye on say big students ni bi a report to ma house mistress no one won't taking it serious etoda bi omo yes ade no etoda bi so akwala bi wo ho a yare na wo for person ye be fa no na teacher for ne say da bi yam pene because enye day ana da say ye penema ye de ba ho nti we ya de a meme de men kasa ye mfo bi nto ohawbu na mo fa case no mfa nkokot na yansan na ho emmoa awofo ne teacher for ne obi a me yehunu se nkwala ho bambo no ehia ye sene bibia because when you are the parents need a better work around with the one banner, aqua tetequashi. Immediately, Obiso Yaria, we are doctor, we are teacher, immediately, no young fan to Kabu and hospital. So, taxi, I wouldn't two more, said dear Bayo. Our awful bay, and I work as a Cassania boy, and my vanity, a woman to yes, can, and I didn't do a sabia. Texas can I say, I won't mean to ya. Made a margin, say, a case in the cocotte. Where are you, some Kasiebo?
Opanyine kwotie ne nin wabempia ye wombrem ye friend lawyer yawo anoche from pon
me ka say Facebook live ene ye hoden den o be hwe na che say won so wo chama onua ahwe bi ye share mo bi anya bi YouTube bra adwenkyere no fa beguo ye nyina na kase ne ye bo na fe yakenkan ma na won so wani age ho na ye to kase ne so ene eye na che say ye ne eye dama NPP amanyukuo Franka Tunia sabre kuta Franka muhimu no papa mampani abedi achi Alhaji Dr. Mahamud Baumia UPSA meka se wafuru simpie ni nyina ne se sabre ya watu abama no so ntu Franka no wase wono ankasa ni suade hunu a wo de ma wo ma yie no ene wode ni nyina etudwa na saa ni suade hunu no wase wei eya ni suade hunu a watu din se ginaye usia chese eya kokodro kwan so na usi se ginaye no a se ginaye no so ebeboa o man no daache na meka se wahye kasa ase yanko na ensamo a wode gu edwa no yenko ne nkonkotie bi na afi de womu bia no so yasesa ne nyina kakra na afi yabo bontofa edi ama
industry growth, trade balance, exchange rate depreciation, lending rates, gross international reserves, and jobs. The performance of all these key indicators is better under our government than that of the 2013 to 2016 period, when there was no global crisis. Let me give you two examples for the sake of time. You look at agricultural growth and the stronger GDP growth performance in 2017 to 2022 period is underpinned by a strong agricultural GDP growth, which increased from an average of 2.9% between 2013 and 2016 to an average of 6% between 2017 and 2022. We have done double what we inherited, notwithstanding the crisis. We have made a lot of progress in agriculture, even though there is more to be done. Rice imports, for example, have declined by 45%. From 805,000 metric tons to 440,000 metric tons between 2021 and 2023. The goal is to be a net exporter of rice by 2028. It is clear that some of our policy interventions, such as planting for food and jobs, have borne fruit. I now tackle exchange rate depreciation. On the performance of the cedi exchange rate, it is also interesting to note that between 2013 and 2016, just before we came into office, the cedi depreciated by an average of 17.7% annually. But since 2016, between 2017 and 2020, there was a significant decline in cedi depreciation to an average of 7.5%. The average cedi depreciation further declined to 6.8% between 2017 and 2021. However, the 30% depreciation of the cedi in 2022 resulted in the average depreciation of the cedi between 2017 and 2022 to be 10.75%. So again, notwithstanding the domestic and global economic crisis, the depreciation of the cedi under our government is lower than that we inherited from the 2013 to 2016 period. Let me talk about jobs. What is probably the most remarkable development in terms of the economy is that our government has created 2.1 million jobs between 2017 and 2022, notwithstanding the global economic crisis. The public sector recruited 1.2 million people, while the private sector created 975,000 jobs, according to SNIT data. We recruited 100,000 more health workers, 100,000 more teachers. We more than doubled the fire service personnel, and so on. Our government clearly has created more jobs in the last 7 years than any other government in the Fourth Republic. This is truly remarkable under the circumstances, even though we still have to create more jobs. Ladies and gentlemen, clearly, notwithstanding the economic crisis, this government has been able to steer the ship of the nation away from catastrophe. In the face of the crisis, overall performance of the economy in areas such as GDP growth, agricultural growth, industrial growth, trade balance, gross international reserves, and job creation has demonstrated resilience. Ladies and gentlemen, available data also shows that notwithstanding the challenging economy we inherited and the global economic crisis that ensued, government has chalked a large number of achievements across the country. Due to the constraints of time, I will only be able to enumerate a few of these achievements. However, government will soon outdoor our performance tracker in the next few weeks, which will detail all of our achievements in every sector and every district in the Republic of Ghana. But I will name just a few of the achievements. We have undertaken a major roads construction and rehabilitation program across the country, over 11,607.
Mampani abadi achela Haj Mahamud Bawumia ana otese okasara na okasa nyina woka nioma efiri se wonom ebedi aban emfrinhia enso ekwanwotwenie wonom aye odika kan ebi efa yen aworo kacha ho ose wohwemu a efiri mfrinhia mpinu ene edumiensa kopim mfrinhia mpinu ne aduonu nsia no epegya mu de abandadaja hokọ na ye ohamu chichemu mienu akiri ponkron wamso beso mu sabra pegya akọ ohamu chichemu nsia akiri po baako emfa ho ne de ekoso adenchecha edi owiase nyina mu no sa enete afenso kasa de fa yesidi no na ho odere no ho wose wohwe wonom abreso sabra omo ba befa banwa no a na wohwe ekwan a sidi na ho odere no fa so tie no a ene yi ni bra ye omu no ente sa biem esote de nanso anka ne de na so tepa chen ene se de yesi ehunu no na ba bia wosan eto aso eye se wo bia bia nnwuma wose ne wo hwe nnwuma maako pepe mienu akiri pop baako ane nnwuma a wo mo abia firimfiri champino ne donso ekopim firim champino ne aduonu mienu emfa ho ne de yekoso wiase nyina na afei no de ato dwa se ni nyina ye enwoma aban wo hoi aya omo boaboa no na otwemienu pepepe nche wono ade begum ya bia mo bia akwakohwe bia kire o mansini ane adwuma wo mu no akwakohwe se aban boa na se ye no kura no behu ni nyina a che se ni nyina no wo cheche mu no se sa abre no o cheche nia aban no aye no wia wono ane dia oba baye no wate asim na wonya ntisimu no sa adwumadie ya asema mpenda da jona jigum kufu akasa wo ho won be sha se kura no de tu dwa se Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia wonim no no ye abrante a London ana na wo wache se wo boa amana de wo hwe ma sikasem so eba no se ye hwehwemu afa sikasem ho a assistant research officer na wo hu no an wo mo bi frɛ no ma no nkasa no ho da wo frɛ no ne di nkomo hwe ne kasa ne no ye din no so wo iro ho na dabi ubedura ni mu pa enti enya ne nwanwa se sa bere ba bi a waduru no na wo se me ye party ba na mo masem ba ko America ne se say tibia ewiase afa na nyina ni hwe a yekom ewo wiase no enye saa amanyosem a ye ni na ibia wo hia obi a woni suade hunu abafo nimdie mu wode o ma no betumpon akonkan sade akwasiko ye no chance wiase no ani adane akwakoye abafo digitalization no a na yedi pia kronti ebire ni bra ye hia obi o wasa ni suade hunu no obetimi aboa ma oman no akonkan
to be living in times where the whole world is in a flux. Leadership is very, very scarce. Quality leadership. If anybody aspires to be a leader without command of the new technologies like digitalization and also without a deep grasp of geopolitics, I tell you, he may be a good man in terms of mastering some of the old disciplines like, say, economics, politics, and all that. But I tell you, very likely he may be found wanting sooner than later. This young man here seems to have these instruments under his belt. Digitalization, geopolitics, and additionally, we've seen him perform loyally under President Akufo-Addo, and he's been also in public view since he got selected as the vice presidential candidate in 2008. He's hallmarked by humility and the temperance requisite for the job of leading a nation in search of a way forward. Ghana has come to a crossroads, and I'm serious here. It's not the normal, regular politics we want. We want a leadership with a vision, even in the complex world I've talked about. A leader that will be able to marshal the new technologies, to pick the requisite manpower. And here, allow me, I'm a party man soundly, but I tell you, we should be talking about the nation and not so much about the party. We must get people of competence to work with him to find our way out of the confusion our society and economy have been plunged into. I wouldn't blame any side. Look at the track records of all the parties. I tell you, you can't find one that can say that in their time they were excellent or superb. No.
Mampeni dada John Ajakum Kufo ana otese o kasano na mampeni dada kasa wie ya na dwamtrani ono so ejina muma amanyoku ani PP opani Steven Tim ono so ekasa e dwumadie yase ya ekoso ya ena odi atodwa akire enioma hodo a amanyoku ndi agu akwamu mampeni abedi akire asabere otu franka amanyoku no so nia ewo na ni so ene nioma bia asese o moye ene ahobobo o moye so edema no.
And the democratic is majority in the 10th parliament. Failure to do so is not an option. It is time to put aside all differences and come together Let us bridge every gap, heal every wound, and work together with a renewed passion for victory. Remember, when we stand united, we are unstoppable. So, let's join hands and search or march in unity towards a resounding first round victory on December 7th. Having said this, it is indeed possible. I don't want to take the wind out of the sail of our flag bearer, so thank you for listening, and I leave the floor. Thank you.
Yadedi ama obi ahunu se frankatuni eyi no no wo hwe kasa busuakuo ahodo a wo mayi mu a ofiri kumam nanso yayi no e de kire se ani pipi amanyokuo no de obi a se fatase odi animu se wo yire ho na wo bo obra yeyi wadwuma yie na osum yie na so odu ho si ho de ahotu ho acheka ho a amanyokuo no yiu enu nti na sabre wo mayi Alhaji Mahamud Bawumia na de aka ayenka bomu so mu nyina akom ho bomu ase de tie bia nwotwe no de wo mu betimi abunikom wase ebetumi ayeho
yanko ya ni manwumre no se Adom Kasiebo Adom 106.3 ani enu anma sempa 94.7 na 104.5 Naket in yeguso ayebe edema no ne yakoya nimu a yako atifudu mantemu eho ena mampanyine dada John Dramani Mahama wo hin Frank Adiama indisi amanyuko nano wakopim wani wa mafo twetwe nkombo a chese wose building Ghana to wo so ya dwene e de afro manfo ho ansa no de abaye boshe manifesto no asa ba kenka de acha Ghana de hye ne trese ase a ya reso to abama na fia batuo yi emu na nano okopie mu atifudu mantemu no se wo ko ye ade ba ko wo ne se opekata ban ba ekuafo ntimi nkwa afuom enye se bia atete nkora na bia betena kwa so ene wonu na ekuafo kakache no na mo meduru sa bere na wo pani nti wodua bibia enye ye enti ade anka beboa pa ene tunsuo aya de afidie siso kafokafo ibi sade ya be ya ensuo to awiabo wo mafo benya nsuo nom de dua omo no baye wakasa no wasaso kirem wo se wo komportem a ensuo wo mafo benom ne ade to da bia ne ho akwatwe te se ka tete ba pa enti wo behwe mu se ensuo befuro koto ebe hita ebebu ama mafo nya bie ne ne wode bi dware na wode bi isi no ma na wode bi no anduane na wode bi gu wonfudie so na atimi abo amanuane wonsam ne wo mafo wo mpotem so abrabo mu nsam akoyie.
When I came in here, the road network is so disappointing. When I was young, the shops were not as many. It was okay at the time. But this is the first time I've come into the industrial area again after more than 30 years or 40 years. And so I can tell that we need to do the roads in the area and make it better so that people will feel attracted to come and repair their vehicles here. They also whispered to me that they don't have water here. They have to bring water by tankers to be able to do their job. Tamale itself has a problem with water, and one of the priorities that we're going to put in front of us is to expand the Tamale water supply so that Tamale gets enough water both for residential consumption and also for commercial and industrial use.
Mampanyina ba John Dramani Mahama no en waje sembo share so komazi o baby aka sane baby enkoya ye de koni ekosiesie te sade obi yare no na kwa resabia no e won wo koye no manfo ni bi no we de opanyini wabai miafia yansam to wani mote ye fabro nya ho awe crackers na de ba ko hawo mo pa eye fidie wadi bedi dwuma omo so mo pe computerized diagnostics na sa fidie a wo ka no esaya edisi so no nya mia na ni ase tanwe na atrem so ebi a selector badwana na tia kwaka konjon pin wo ho ebi abushi no areka kranti o ye twitwi ho ana wo se etimi ni se wo se sa no ma no ehia wo mo pom ka wie na mapanyin dada se a wo kasa wa na asiburuni wontade aso pancha sem tie maka mate me twatwo ewrade ma dom na se Ghana de hye a mo ka ho moto aba e de ma me na me be mapanyin se mi so ayi owo yare ye frama no pa ne awia ne anwumbre me ba pe na ne mo ha no mehwe no so anu amam
machines and training on those diagnostic machines. As we are all aware, the new crop of equipment and engines that are coming are computerized and they are mostly electronic. And so to be able to repair them, you must be able to diagnose using a computer, tell what is wrong with the vehicle before you fix the problem. Here too, they have lathe machines, turning machines, and all that. And so if we help equip them, then it's a service to the whole agricultural and transport industry in the whole of the 5 northern regions. And so that's something that we have taken note of and we have recorded.
Mampanyin dada wano ne him Frank Adiama NDC amanyuko no John Dramani Mahama nene ni kutie
yemfiri ho na fe yemfa yani enkyere ensamfufum sameka say wiem nye ene ahomache krade na yesa yo na nadwo krade na jesa yuro yentententen aye kusu wonamu a jese uhunu hwe na no ana kokobo ekwama hyenkafo sabrebra yo mu kwankyerefo de National Road Safety Authority David Osafo Adontin so obesa hyenkafo pa so bia manini na ho titiro ni anadwo ene ahomache abra wo de ahyenam se ahweye no anto bo ase a wani betie no na de asema befie sabre so na asem bia ni fiu no akwa ba wo se wo so kanea no na de asi so kama America tente no ateso sanse ebo ho a uhunu wanim so nantim boko no atimi akwa koduru afe omanfo nso a yenso ye nenam kwan ho no ye hyentade a ye hyentade a se ehye ne kanea no toso a yehunu se nipa na ekoyi anye sa bia na utwam ewiem nye eboasi utwam no hyenkani nso wo hunu se nipa twam sanse kanea na nto bibia so na na de kra koye se ene wo hu kusie bi panyan no de akwa akobɔ no enti sabra yemu ahweye ma ahyenkafo ahweye ma yenso a yenam ahye kwan ho ne ye ne a ye digwa eton nioma wei ene ade opani kire se wo se obi biada ehwe na odi so
ewiem asesa fi January ya no ebesi February mu ewiem adane pa wo hwa openo na apegya ne mu den ama infutro agimframafa agiwiem afa afenso ebo asiyie pa ni bi no aka bomma se wonam ka kwan so a unhu kwan so yie ka di wani mu a unhu ne yie ebi nso fi wani mu ban so a unhu no titru kwan se nipa nso a ya yitwam se pedestrians no yanam kwan ho a yehu yen afedu ba bi kwan ne yetwa ka kwam so a driver fo unhu yen kra na we akofo how kese pa dia bra driver fo titru obra nam ka kwan so titru kwan se ya najo anase eye ahomachi na bi kwan so a bia nam so nam bipo so eburi kwan no so ho mampon ani niaye bi a hu ze bipo wo ho ho de ya na ehu ye pa na akoma ehu ahia ye na no ye de adwen pa so se ewiem dane adane no yesu ne ye ban bi a ya de nam ka kwan so no esese sisa kwan hu kwan so ye dia ina ni so beto bo ase na wonam kwan no so a wa ya hwe ye pa ahwe kire se enko speed bi abro so sanse bibi ko twan wanam na prekope ukopue so a se ne ka bi na di wani mu se bi na fi wani mu ba o se nipa na etwa mu ana ka bi kwa na ase tu a ankoye untofrim aso ko tia break kra no a wanya ben ade na wie etu mu se break no ai mo awo pema na sisa ukopem na kwanhia edeba National Road Safety Authority ya sheda abo apro ni o ka sei enko program tidika mu wo nam from ni highway so na ehwe ebono ne kasifa se ne etiefa ya pehu pon sibre
opani amana nso ho ene ye woto aso ne kasa anu ana se ahyenkafo wo kan sei no anya se bia wo be so kan na sisu na kwa mu ada ho ntira se ene se wo kwa ni o dabi mo ma abotre anya adwuma enam so ma ye ne ahyenkafo binom so didi nkomo abisabisa wonom de aba beto dwai anamo be no mu so tu anya bia de mpaniken wo de ba adwuma na mpanimfo nso ekirem se enkyerɛkyerɛ no de ombɛkɔso ma akɔso de amamona mo so mo de ne sei
whether say the I know I'm matching also can you grind quite James speed who here was a bo hopa until million no drivers met 2 million for say due to the weather into your driver him like China speed who here so this another driver whether or no weather no so you're carefulness at the pa I hear my driver ni biara second and driving the quite so you count say about to be to white line okay bridge here white line the baby and a crowd so driving a careful crowd was a white no directo both side and the middle but no ebi no but we are managing so if you go for remember and go for when is so bad until we have to be very careful every day
young kwapem to go for akwan no road mark en ehu hia papa enam senior weather na ye no bebo munkum ni ade asinti won an nam kwan no so tembia no in fact we kwa akoto mostly private cars ni bi ni ade no we kwa akoto no wontum nko a we bue hazard senior wanya problem o ka no ni nyina ye weather no ne road mark na enye perfect wo kwan no so nti ye yɛbɛsrɛ authorities a ɛyɛ wɔn asɛde sɛ wɔmɛhwɛ na wɔyɛ ma yɛn driverfoɔ no de every morning biara no yɛdi wɔn kasa kyerɛ sɛ na ɛbɛyɛ a wɔbɛnya abotɛr ne ade na accident biara ne ade remma kwan no so.
wei ɛyɛ ahyɛnkafoɔ wɔnom asɛm a ɔmo aka kyerɛ wɔnom ho no na ɔmanfoɔ nso a yɛ nso yɛnam kaa kwa ho sɛ yɛdi dwa sɛ yɛforo yɛpɛ hyɛn akɔ baabi a yɛpɛ sɛ yɛkorɔ deɛ wɔn nso aka fa saa asɛm kuro yi ahonie.
Manajo, I did me very careful. And so I me watch out for drivers or more driver and najo. So that may see for pound because visibility is poor due to the weather.
Yeah, sure. Current weather condition. The first thing you have to look out for, like baby, I want to assume as a social light. Baby, I am yourself making sure say kania or baby, I want because one year careful. We take the weather condition out of it in the crana. 1 year careful. With my kokoto, ukoto sumo. Need to see ni pa boninti utiani. No be akɔtwe sekan wɔ so anase baba sɛ light on na sɛ wo kɔ a wonim sɛ ababia me fɛ deɛ han wɔ sɛ bibi ni mpo a na meteatea ma na sɛ me call for help a obi me frɛ mo a obi ti a obetima ba bɛboa me
also be a reflector but reflector no it's not by force chinchina jo we track akwam jo na talk okopɛ reflector eto risky intino also be a conscious say be a wo track akwam you should be careful because you should be making sure that there's no car coming and I watch you.
Fiti in Colabrimna, ye train red means of Gerald, Fiti when in a pedestrian way. No, yen so ye eka road regulations. Emma at least I say your fundamentals be in road science and our road securities. 81 I say we say every time you be a ubeshia car, baby a walk no, obeba the opposite side of any oncoming direction of a car.
Ɛyɛn a yɛn nso yɛyɛ temamfuo a yɛnam akwan ho sɛ yɛtɔn adeɛ sɛ yɛpɛ hyɛn aforo sɛ yɛkɔ yɛbaabie yɛn nso yɛdeɛ a yɛka kyerɛ yɛn ho ɛno no
Adom 106.3 and you and myself 94.7 and 104.5 Naket Kasiebo yɛgu so a yɛbe ɛdema yɛnkɔ ɔman mu mmarahyɛ badwafie Dom Kasiebo no panyimpa wotua wano wɔ san mmarahyɛ badwani de mu ɔmanfoɔ wɔ so amiabato mpɛsua so ho wɔde munyanfoɔ wɔ sɛ HMS abo susumpanhene ne ne wɔka sɛ wɔn se NPP amanyɔkɔ mu panyimfoɔ no bi wɔ hɔ a Wamade omutumi a de amu amana ne dwadi o en wamudi wotiri wamanfo tiri mu saa nkaka je se wankoye madwani wankoye mraso bedwani sika no wamanfo je ne ne wonamoni woga de twopom nyafunyafu wapanyini kiremu a wase anse abema akwan kura se bra na befa krata na kopre se obetumi akoma mraso bedwafi anase den kra no wobetumi ka se me peka wa ma me ka me ma on krata wobetumi ka se me pasa so nom ne ade wase emra duru ne de wosom ka se omturu asa so wanka se turu mu ayeyu bone na ene yi wama mu brashe bedwafie empanyufo a wadadom kase dom kuma no embra no wotwetwe nkomo en wopanyini wogina simpie ni apaso wo hia nsentwerofo en wode sansem itudwa.
There are people coming to you to tell you that Kotoka Amayanza ni atobawo, especially the leadership of the parties. Kotoka Amayanza na amakwan kraze come and contest. It's going to be very dangerous. Even land, indentured and titles. That is what the Dr. Forson and governments are telling me. But we should be real. We should be real. So, colleagues, let's help to get this. My own proposition is that the parties should introspect and perhaps get this in out, scrap this thing, as obtains in the established democracies. In the established democracies, look, a presidential candidate is elected because the party has its own central administration, which has its own research unit and whatever. When the candidate is elected, he only appoints the chairman and his own chairman that he brings on board. He brings his own finance people to raise funds for him and his organizers, people who believe in the cause of the candidate. It's replicated at the level of the constituencies as well. So perhaps we may have to do that. Other than that, if we want to continue to live with this communist arrangement, we will perhaps then have to go further downstream to enable every card-bearing member of the party to vote in the selection of their parliamentary candidates. And if that is an alternative, let's explore it and go that way. Otherwise, what we are saying, I cannot imagine the consequences.
Yes, if a boy chief for free was by catchers and then Chama, and Yena Chini, way as of Pahine, when you for such a mess about so that don't Cassan and one brush with your fear, and one Casa, the one who do what from the what here, and I want no day to Gamagana, addition, and I don't be an out in the Casana. Yan can watch I was say I grow yet and I can be near Bobbun and Capital Kumamano. As a Juma way any where do my own. Woman, way and adding, now so as I say, you will be and will bring Pobina Coba between the say one also ready. One also say where you from a bonnet. And woman quayesa. Nan what chain open any HM say. Aquabani say, Rashabe phone by a rum cover for my betty, some them as a poor. One say, I say we cry to about where we are. And Rashabe cramming quite who want in any cacra grind. One now cockra bio say about 4. Said the end, equals for member Rashabe your funeral was when he say feature do. Says I cry for my quack shower pipe and was sir. A Diana chairs will move as a Casabunya de. I feel when I'm quite far more besa kuye di amount intino. Woman Rashabe Jafunya sorry any dear. Wobi Adawa wouldn't wouldn't to Ubiamran Yajuma.
Apathy on the part of those of them who have lost or who are not successful. We have to manage them. And indeed, you see, if you're a member of parliament and you're not successful in your bid and you leave the fray as your political party in the electioneering campaigns, first, because our parliament is a full-time parliament, even if you're a professional, you have to leave your profession and then come and then fully participate. By the time you go back to your practice, you've lost all your clients. What it means is that once you come, you are committed. Whether or not you like it, you are committed to it. And because you have lost, doesn't mean that your world has come to an end or should come to an end. You may not be in parliament, but in the party, there are roles that you can play. And I believe that if the candidate recognizes your own efforts after the failure to contest, he recognizes the fact that you are part of the electioneering campaign at whatever level. When the president enters his kingdom, which may have several mansions, I guess you may be sufficiently compensated or rewarded. And so it is unwise for you, once you are not successful, to sit on the fence. I mean, we are all human though, and first of all, we need to manage the person who might have suffered that loss.
Was HMS Abusuneni Kutieno.
Ya tuakasi so na yadiani echire UPSC mampani abedi echire yakwa kutie no Alhaji Mahamud Baumia nensamo a ogusu a wode etu dwa no.
Traditional services, driver licensing and vehicle registration services. And today, the office services that DVLA is offering can be matched they are just world class. They can be matched to any other country. Ladies and gentlemen, my office also worked with the National Insurance Commission to implement the motor insurance database. The objective of the introduction of the motor insurance database is to provide more safeguards for the millions of Ghanaians who travel by road by ensuring that vehicles are insured. It also curbs the menace of vehicles with fake motor insurance stickers plying our roads and thus endangering lives and property. With digitalization of the motor insurance in Ghana, members of the public can now self-check the authenticity of their insurance policy by dialing a USSD code *920*57# and follow the instructions. You put in the number, it will tell you whether the car is insured or is not insured. So today you can know the status of the vehicle, is the insurance status of any vehicle 24 hours a day. Today, because of digitalization, you can also apply for insurance for your vehicle on your mobile phone and receive your insurance sticker electronically. And you can do this 24 hours a day. Ladies and gentlemen, with oversight from my office, we have digitized the births and deaths registry, and we have just completed the integration of the births and deaths registry with the databases of the Ghana Health Service and the National Identification Authority, so that the record of births and deaths would be consistent across all of these databases. Starting this quarter, in fact, I will launch this in a few weeks, but starting this quarter, newborn children in Ghana will be given a Ghana card number. But the actual Ghana card will be issued when the child is 6 years old, when his or her biometrics are fully formed. So we are bringing a brochure to Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, in the past, candidates applying for a scholarship usually had to travel from all parts of Ghana to Accra to take part in the application process. This caused a great deal of inconvenience for applicants seeking government sponsorships. The manual processes of the Scholarship Secretariat resulted in an inefficient administration of scholarships in the country. With the digitalization of the Scholarship Secretariat, candidates can now apply for scholarship from the comfort of their homes 24 hours a day and take aptitude tests and be interviewed in their own districts. The Ghana.gov platform. Ladies and gentlemen, to make it easy to access government services, I led the initiative to establish the Ghana.gov platform, which was implemented with oversight from my office. The Ghana.gov platform is a one-stop shop for accessing government services. So far, out of the 1,516 ministries, departments, and agencies targeted, we have onboarded 1,503 of them onto the Ghana.gov platform for e-government services. So 99% of MMDAs have been onboarded on the Ghana.gov platform. All payments on the Ghana.gov platform go directly into the government accounts to ensuring transparency. Since 2020, a total of 201 billion Ghana cedis has been collected for government on the platform. For services onboarded and receiving payments, you should be able to apply for and obtain any government service online through the Ghana.gov platform 24 hours a day. Digitalization has therefore dealt a severe blow to the corruption involved in the collection of payments by different institutions for government. The progress Ghana has made in the provision of e-government services is remarkable. According to the UNDP 2022 e-governance index, Ghana is ranked number 1 in West Africa and number 4 in the whole of Africa in terms of e-governance. And we are ahead of countries such as Rwanda, Botswana, Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal, Kenya, and Uganda. With oversight from my office, ladies and gentlemen, digitalization at the Electricity Company of Ghana has allowed the buying of electricity credit on your mobile phone through the mobile ECG app. This has provided relief to customers who no longer have to queue for long hours to buy electricity units. Also, for people whose credit runs out at odd hours, they can purchase electricity credit on their mobile phones 24 hours a day. Now, for people who need a new service or a separate meter from ECG, they can also apply online 24 hours a day. 3.5 million people are on the ECG app. And as a result of digitalization, ECG's monthly revenue collections have increased from 450 million Ghana cedis a month to 1.2 billion Ghana cedis a month. Ladies and gentlemen, Ghana has a major challenge in the area of domestic revenue mobilization. The tax to GDP ratio is about 14%, compared to 27% for South Africa and 34% for the advanced OECD countries. Most adults in Ghana are outside the tax net, and compliance is very low. At the beginning of 2017, only 4% of the population of Ghana had tax identification numbers. To increase the number of people with tax identification numbers, I propose that we designate the Ghana card as the tax identification number. In doing this, we have increased the percentage of adults with tax identification numbers from 4% to 85%. It is now incumbent on the GRA to use this database in tax collection to broaden.
Mampani abedi achire guso kan nioma sabre abefo kwan so digitalization odi aya ama o maye na ye kokumase na de yaboa no ho no yakwa kofa ye besan babio na fe edu se wo hya se so aka ne nsem a ye besan edi abremu sabre de amansa chiame obimreku ono na ti adwamu yenkoye na obimreku de wo boa no asanteman no onfa man
on payroll, a biometric audit of the national
obimreku entum na yenkofa omanfo adwenkyire no bi emrai afcon koso Nigeria asheba ko South Africa so asheba ko
omunyina so the
penalty no obia edi share nti sabre de 1-1 yabo sima de wotwe enwotwe jese aka sima mienu na sima de okrona so na fe aka de referee no edi beguso na yanko santemantem group okumasim
panyina oda TUC ne fa wasantemantem hia eye owura Augustine Adongo woni Adom Kasiebo ebo nkomo ekire mu se emprempren ya aposifo amom kwan edie wo mu kyekire kwan a ombefa so ede afiri wo mu edemu enante no ase ewo asantemantem ha
started demonstration no culture center na ye dia fa kegetia na ya dia ko fa ECG anim ho no ade akopie post office ade afa KMA na yakovie wo RCC said the baya obia bahu say start 15% VAT no yentua ni na yentua no chana ye ntie aban ye tie organized labor omo my instructions no say aban ba ane na say o tro letter come organized labor our national level say wanya ye one fa savat ayinamba na say organized labor at the national level boy amani say yenye but say one yes say ye koso ye dem
Ube piemu wasante mantem ha ene panyi kwanchefa woda TUC ano owura Augustine Adongo na no na wo kyeremu atoa so se de wo mo ne aposifo no nya adi enkomo awie ama ene security honsam no da kwan so bo a 13 February de kia ne kin aban MP na chi a obefiri dem na se.
We just concluded a meeting with the Asante Regional Commander on our demonstration on the 13th of this month. That will be Tuesday coming, and it's all about our notification letter sent to him for police protection. The route presented to them has been approved, and now everything is ready for the demonstration on the 13th February 2024. We are now waiting for Accra to give us the green light to go ahead with the demonstration. We have also made the police aware that in case we get any official information from organized labor at the national level that government has withdrawn the 15% VAT on electricity consumption, then we'll also let them know, and we'll stop the demonstration.
Arishmaima Penina Tering Kewano and a yetro for Penny Edema TU Sinifa, a war Asante Mantem Yaura Augustine Adongo, Penisia Kwana was a dear crowd, Abuano and a baby ha, and Asante Mantem crossover, Mansanya Chiame, Kwajobi Emreco Mede SC, said ye Alata Miao and South Africa, I etipen 1-1, Yaguswa Epimso, Obri Jolati Musumu Ewo and Crime.
Yasom Ewon Krahana Yanso ETSC, and you may. I can come for the me. Obri yaboa. Phantom from many.
Obi dum bie edu. Kumi.
Yeah, sorry. Now fair Adom Sports Pay 2. Okuman Cradi at Waso Amamo.
Senior Wusio Hautibia.